Hey guys, welcome back to another clip of Schach-manuel-lernen. This time was the last round of the summer season. Normally we played in first league and there we secured to not get down promoted. And by the last round I could play in National League B, and we knew if we as a team would have won, then we could promote to National League A. And if we made it or not, let's check out in this clip. So I had the white pieces again. I start with e4, the French defense, d4, d5. And here I play normally bishop d3. It's a bit of a sideline. The idea is capturing, knight f6, and then playing the bishop back to f3 to have this long diagonal. He didn't capture, he played knight f6, e5, knight fd7, knight f3, this is all normal, castle, bishop e7, and here I got told that the correct way to continue the game is a3. This is apparently not a problem because we will then play b4, but I had it a bit wrong in mind, or I never learned it properly. One of these things. I played bishop e3, a6, knight bd2, h6, and here are also several different variations. I had the idea to play f4, f5, and f6. For that reason, I should have played knight e1, queen g4, g5, rook b1. That would have been a complete different game. Here he attacks a bit on king's side, but it's a really dynamic position since nothing at all is traded yet. I decided for a different approach and played bishop b1. The idea is a bit he can't castle because of this move. So he played a5, and on a5 I captured and played knight b3. Here the idea was if he captures I can capture back with pawn, and then the rook is quite well positioned. Then I played bishop f4 for protecting, and here I thought, yeah, it's not so bad for me. With idea knight bd4, jumping to b5, secure it with a4, all of this stuff. But then he really played a move that I didn't have on my radar at all, but apparently it was the best move for black. He simply attacks with g5. I always thought like he just castles and then I have a great attack, but I completely underestimated his g5. And then there are two retreats for the bishop. Bishop e3 would have been an option by capturing f4, and the analyze goes quite deep in that variation. Opens here the file, but I have a pawn less, so it's a bit, different stuff. I played bishop g3, which is worse. I protected the pawn, but he can still attack with h5, and now I get some serious trouble because like h4 he just captures. On h3 it's always this threat that he opens up the h file, and then I have a bit the problem. So he decided to play queen b6 first for pinning here the pawn. I played a4, g4 was expected. I have to capture. If I don't capture, he captured by himself and it's not much better. And he has now this open h file, which is really scary, but he can't bring his queen here. It's quite tough to do that at the moment. So I decided, okay, I lose a pawn, but at least I can jump there with my knight and looking forward for some, counterplay. Bishop d7, queen e2, attacking the knight, and if knight goes back somewhere, I have here this wonderful fork, so he can't play that. Bishop f6, queen e3. Like here I decided, okay, his attack will be in long term really strong. And since I'm under pressure, I decided to trade the queens. If he decides not to trade the queen, then I get quite a good position. Like if he decides, I don't know, to retreat here, because it's the only retreating move, then I have here a check and can capture, or something like this, and then they're all kind of threats at the end. So he was kind of forced to exchange queens. He has to play king e7 because of attacking. Now knights c5, and I'm a pawn down still, but my pieces get more and more active, so it's quite good. Bishop c8, in case he would play bishop h4, I would just exchange it, capture on b7, g3, and then he has this mating ideas. But somehow I can, escape it with rook f4 and going out, but it's still not so clear. Bishop c8, bishop c2, b6. I retreated the knight, and of course black is better due to the extra pawn, but it's not self-winning. Bishop a6, bishop d4, capture, and here, fortunately, he made a calculation mistake, because he just calculated I capture, and he plays something like that, attacking pawn, and here with the fork idea, but he didn't calculate, or wrongly calculated, that I can capture here first. And the problem for him now is both bishops are attacked. So if he retreats one, I just capture the other one. And if he captures here, I don't capture back, because then he would be an exchange up. But I have this Zwischenzug of capturing on f6 with check. And then he has to capture, and now I can capture the bishop. And now, material-wise, it's balanced. Like, he has a rook, and he's still like one pawn up, kind of. He has rook and 2 pawns against bishop pair. The bishop pair is really strong because the position is open. Open position means like there are no blocked pawns in the center of the board. And that's why I still preferred white, but it's really dynamic. You can't say it's clearly better for black because of extra material. He went back with king. I played bishop c7. He can't really protect his pawn because of, rook a6, I would simply play this and the pawn would fall. He has this idea, capturing, and Yeah, here it was a bit special. I clearly calculated this move for him, and this position is still not so clear because of capturing. I'm not allowed to play this move because this pawn is kind of pinned. So he can just capture, and then at the end he simply has one pawn more. So here the correct way would have been bishop d3, f5, and yeah, when we activate the computer, he says it's slightly better for white, but it's really not clear. Would have been a really interesting endgame, but okay. Instead he played directly f5, but here I just won the b6 pawn for nothing. So I retreated bishop to d4 to avoid that he can play e5, to play this in the future, stuff like that. Rook b8, b3. And here, something really rarely in classical games, I won on time, which means the time of my opponent reached 0. And the time control is by move 40, and we had 34, and he explained me after the game he didn't know what happened, he just forgot the time. And I was a bit with mixed feelings. I was really happy that I won, because at the end we promoted to National League A. So next year in highest league in Switzerland, which would be a really honor for me. But on the other hand, I also would have liked to play this endgame just to improve my future skills. Because even here, I mean, of course, it's much better for me than this version, but still it's not clear for winning. I guess long term it should, but you know how chess is. And yeah, with this success story, I finished the summer season. I saved my own team kind of from downgrading and helped the other team for promoting. And yeah, next season, few times I will play National League A. And yeah, we're getting closer to 2100. Have a good weekend, take care guys, and enjoy your own chess games. See you soon.